Republican candidate for Arizona, Attorney General Abe Hamadeh, along with Vestry Partners CEO and real estate expert Jared Randolph. Thank you both for coming on very much. I want to play some more Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank. You know who he is. He said this about this whole Trump judgment thing. Watch.
I would never invest in New York now, and I'm not the only person saying that. Do you think any foreign institution or any private equity firm or any pension fund would touch New York? No. And that's why New Yorkers should be concerned.
What about you, Jared? Would you invest? Would you do commercial real estate in New York?
I would not, only because the margins are too tight in New York City. But the reality is there is so much equity in the brick and mortar, in the buildings in New York City. There are internationals who are invested in the city. It will always remain a strong city because of the amount of equity and the low debt that we have on the properties. It makes it a very safe investment. That is an extremist point of view. I absolutely don't agree, and I've been developing in the city for decades.
Yeah, it's interesting because Jonathan Turley writes this about Trump's judgment, and then I'll get your take on this, Abe. Watch.
Part of the disconnect here is that you have what will be over $455 million if you include interest. And then on the other side of the ledger, you have zero. There's not a single dollar lost by these victims. In fact, the people that James calls the victims actually wanted to do more business with Donald Trump.
What do you think about that, Abe?
Well, Trace, I think we're witnessing this isn't a legal analysis. This is a political persecution against one man. And you heard Governor Hochul's own comment, her own admission that businesses shouldn't worry because they're targeting Donald Trump. So this is what's so scary right now, Trace, is that you're seeing that the forces of the government are trying to destroy this company, the Trump Organization, which helped build the skyline of New York. But they didn't just go after President Trump. They went after his family as well. So, you know, I do think this is going to have a chilling effect on businesses because this is sending a clear message to those who oppose anything that the Democrats are doing, that if you dare to question their authority, they will go after you. They will try to bankrupt you. And remember, President Trump, in order to appeal this, he actually has to pay this judgment of over $400 million. And Kevin O'Leary is exactly right. Who is the victim? President Trump paid all of this on time, early in fact, and this is just normal operating procedure with businesses. So I am deeply concerned that the legal system has become weaponized. And, you know, my family came from places like Syria and Venezuela, Trace. I know what happens when the rule of law is destroyed. Our country will collapse very quickly. So people need to wake up to what's actually happening right now in America.
What's your response to that, Jared? I'm curious.
I have to agree, it is a witch hunt against Donald Trump. And the problem is it takes two to tango, and this is the glitch in the marketplace. There's a borrower and there is a lender. So there was another party to this transaction. It's not the bank who is going after Donald Trump. It's the government who's going after Donald Trump. And this could set a very negative precedent towards other developers who, by the way, have been doing the same thing for years. They just sit on the sidelines and they keep their mouths shut. He became a target because of his political position. If you're going to go after him, go after all the other developers who have done the exact same thing, and go after the banks.
Yeah, it's interesting because the New York Post editorial board, Abe, said the following here. Democrat elite shouldn't be laughing at Trump's civil trial outcome. They just made him a political martyr. Democrats have again shot themselves in the foot, proving to an increasing number of voters that the justice system is stacked against the ex-president. Kind of the point that Jared just made there, which is every time they indict him, every time they have some kind of judgment, his poll numbers just go up.
Yeah, this is what's happening. And I'm deeply concerned, Trace, that the legal system is collapsing right before our eyes. I mean, this time last year, President Trump wasn't under a single indictment. It's hard to imagine because it feels like he's been under attack for so long. But the first indictment came in March. So you're having the New York Attorney General, the New York District Attorney in Manhattan, you're having Georgia, you're having Jack Smith. I mean, the legal system is going after Trump. So I think everyday Americans are looking at this. We're living in a post-justice America, and this is deeply concerning. So, you know, I pray for our country right now, Trace, because, you know, this type of stuff, I've seen it firsthand. I know what this type of stuff leads to, and it is not a place where we want to go down this road.
I talk to people who don't like Trump at all, and they're worried about credible justice. And so it kind of shows something there. Jared, thank you, sir. Abe, great to see you again. We appreciate it. Meantime, Fox